Come on, let's get it. The name is Law Nation. And as the room fill up, be sure. And I mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content. Let that friend or that neighbor know where to go. Come on. All right. I know you've been waiting for this. Let's get it one way or another. Cowboys retreads with hope of improvements plus more. More and more. More and more. Come on. Yup. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation groove? Hey. Oh. Let's go.
Hey, bro, come on. Come on, man.
Come on. Hey. 5. Let me know if the audio is straight. 5, 4, 3, 2. Give me a 1 in the chat. If the audio is straight, let's get it. Hey. Ho. I see you, short dog. I see you, C. Clark. Come on. Nigel. Let's get it. Yeah. Hit it one more time for your mind. Come on. Come on, baby. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. All right, so for those who just now tuning in, the Cowboys done signed a guy that's familiar with this team, and his name is Damien Wilson. And we talked about this. Oh, get back up there. Get on back up there. Yeah, we talked about Damien. You know, he's another guy that he got hit to the team last season too, you know. But on the other end of it, he is a guy that's a downhill runner, right, as it relates to tackling. And on top of that, he is 6'1", 245. So that's a long way from 205, right? Not saying that he's a world beater. I get it. Some of these highlights were 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. But this is the thing. What they're looking for, in my opinion, they're looking for traits. They're looking for size. They're looking for those type of things. And also the Cowboys brought back Tyron, you know, and not Smith, but Tyron. They brought him back as well. So there are some few things that we're going to talk about from those perspectives and the retreads. And Tyron is the wide receiver who had a hell of a camp with us this offseason, this past offseason. And I think that was pretty cool to bring him back into the folds because I thought that he did a great job as well. But neither here nor there. How y'all feel about Damien Wilson? I would tell you guys, hey, experience is experiences, right? A new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners. And truth be said, you know, or told, is that, hey, put it like this, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be 90 players at camp. 90 players at camp. That's a lot of folks, man. And on top of that, you can only carry 53, right? So when you do the quick math, you know, when you do 90 minus 53, that's about 30. That's 37 folks, man. 37 folks that's going to be on the streets again. And then out of the 37 people that you're going to have to cut, I believe is only about 16 of them that can jump over to the practice squad. So that's about 21 people that's going to be out there on the streets. Here's the good thing. Just like we would have to have 90, all of the 32 other teams going to have 90 folks. And they're going to cut down to their 53 as well. So what we're trying to do here is make sure we bring in the best and kind of caliber of guys that can fit Mike Zim's system, right? So are we looking for, Ray Lewis? Nah, Ray Lewis ain't out there, man. But we're looking for somebody who's not soft. We're looking for somebody who got mindset that can do this right here. Where he at? Come on, where he at?
Get your up there, contain the damn ball. This is why we do it. Hey, too many missed tackles. Let's go.
Yeah.
We're too damn soft. I just hate mistakes.
Hey, John.
Mistakes.
John, I see the chat.
Please come home.
What you got, man?
I got beans and bologna.
Hey, come on. I know y'all. Some of y'all gonna need some beans and bologna, man. Shoot, give me some mac and cheese too, man. Some cornbread too. That make a whole meal out of it. And with some rice, shoot, man, I cut that bologna up, man. Shoot, give me some rice. That's the only thing I need extra on this thing. Hey, give me some rice with them beans, man. Shoot, I'll fool around, eat rice and beans and rice, and then I'll get that bologna and I'll chop it up real good, boy.
Come home.
Ain't that right, T. Will?
I got beans and bologna.
Hey.
Come on.
I'm gonna have that all inside y'all here. Somebody right now is gonna be like, hey, please come on, I got beans and bologna. All right, so this is Tyron. He's really fast and he was really good out there. He was really good out there at Oxnard. I know it's tiny. Go to my Instagram page to see the fullness of that video. Shout out to Nick Harris. This is originally on Nick Harris, I want to say, Twitter page. I'm going to tell you guys this, that when you think of competition, and I know every year we get an Andy Jones, we get who we had one year. Man, he was just killing it. He wore number 11. Me and my guy Shango were like, yeah, Reggie. Yeah, was his name Reggie. We like Reggie. Reggie is killing it, boy. Reggie was killing it. And they put them pads on. We couldn't find Reggie no more.
Please come home.
Reggie, I got beans, baby.
I got beans and
bologna.
Please.
Yeah, but that's just how that goes, man. Let me go over here to my guy G. He says basically the remaining free agents that's available to help this Cowboys squad out. I don't think that this is in any particular order here, but he got Xavier Howard, right? And Xavier Howard, to a degree, let me just say this, he need the money. Xavier Howard need the money. He got, from last I checked, he got 10 baby mamas. They all fighting each other. He need the money, man. So I hope that he can get in over here. And he got one on the way. For real, hey, I ain't lying. Just Google it. Xavier Howard. So, hey, he's a good DB. So it'll be nice for him to come through and swing through. Hunter Renfro, that's a good guy. He can run some crazy good routes. There's no lack of route running that he can't do, right? What he can do or what have you. So he can do it all. Tyler Boyd, he probably the best wide receiver left out there. Zay Jones is another guy. He's not on this list. Yannick Ngakoue, he's by far a Dorrance Armstrong / Dante Fowler type of guy, right? Yannick, he's not going to stop the run, but he will get to the quarterback. He can bend around, get to the quarter, get that shoulder around, and he can get to the quarterback. Stephon Gilmore, he's long in the tooth, but weekends. Come on, y'all say for Stephon Gilmore. Y'all say it one time.
Please come home.
Come on home, man. And then you got Tracy Walker, Connor Williams. That's weird that he's still out there. Calais Campbell, Hassan Ridgeway, and Kareem Hunt. Now, Calais Campbell, out of the D ends / D tackles, I would like him out of that list. I think that he will do a great job here, even if he is 38 or 48, however old he is. But what I want to get to is, let me get back over here. What I want to do is get to this, what my guy Koye had to say about a few things. And he's going to talk about the Ezekiel Elliott deal. Shout out to my guy Koye. Let's listen to what he had to say real quick, just quickly.
I don't guarantee. Oh, let's get to that. Can
y'all
Those
hear?
of you who hate Zeke, who think that that's a dumb pick or whatever, right? I don't know if it's the fact that you guys just listen to the media, you listen to Skip Bayless. I don't know who you listen to. But when Zeke was here, Zeke ran on partially torn ACLs. Where are you? So to me, a guy who can still show up consistently, consistency is what I look for in a running back. A guy who can show up consistently and put his body on the line like that, they're rare. You know, you got your Earl Campbells, you got your Jerome Bettis's, your Eddie George's, your Steven, what's his name?
Jackson.
Steven, what was his last name? Dude from the Rams. You know who I'm talking about. Forget his last name. But those types of backs, those bruiser backs, are rare. You got Jamal Williams now. You got Montgomery. You got a few guys that'll Brandon Jacobs was one. Zeke is of that ilk. He's one of those guys that he just game ready. He a game bred dude. Now, if you say, hey, Zeke is going to be the Zeke of old, you're lying. You know, you're not. But to say that he can't help this team when last time he was on this team, he had 12 touchdowns, you crazy. Oh, he definitely helps, and he will help in the short yardage and red zone, especially with a guy like Hunter in front of him, which we didn't have under Kellen Moore. You wonder where Zeke's running ability went. It went when Kellen Moore came, Zeke's running game went down, along with Tony Pollard being here cutting into his carry. So I think Zeke is a fine pickup, especially if you shore up the O-line in front of him and you give him a lead fullback. Zeke is fine. I don't have a problem with a healthy Zeke, and he was healthy last year. Those knee, he didn't re-injure those knees, but each time he injured his knee, prior to him injuring them, he was fine playing here. You know what I mean? His holdout year was the only year where I said Zeke wasn't Zeke of himself, like at all in the season. But the rest of them, prior to his injuries, he was fine. Prior to the Detroit game in his last year here, he was fine. He just got hit in the knee in Detroit for you, got up and finished the game, one of his best games of the year, 2 touchdowns, I think, in that game, on a partially torn ACL. That's who you have at running.
No doubt. So what he's talking about is the mentality. And check out my guy, Koye, media, man. Here's what I say. He got 5 points to that. Now, what I'm not going to do is, say that those who don't like Zeke or those who don't want Zeke here
running back
fans.
is not a.
But what I'm going to say here is that the Dallas Cowboys, they know what they're doing when it's time to stir up the media. They already had their minds made up that they were going to bring Zeke back. And they went into this draft and they said to themselves, we're not drafting. Oh, no, we're not drafting a running back unless his name is Jonathan Brooks. That's how their mind is set up. Because I had posted a video and, shout out to them. And they were saying that basically, who remember when they said Zach Moss was outside of their price range? Who remember that? And that's the reason why they didn't pursue Zach Moss. So I started to look up how much they paid Zeke and how much they paid Zach Moss, the team that he went to. It's a difference of $500,000, give or take. So you mean to tell me Zeke, $500,000 less? That's the difference maker. Like you couldn't work that out with incentive with Zach Moss. And Zach Moss, he averaged 4.5 yards per tote. He had 5 touchdowns, close to 800 yards last season, and he was a split back himself. So, and he's a little bit younger, right? So I'm sitting here like, okay, they already had their minds made up that they was going to bring back Zeke. And I get it, the Cowboys are the Cowboys, and I'm not finna cry over spilled milk. bringing Zeke back is a situation whereas, for one, for his legacy, at least the last play that you will ever see of Zeke will not be in that doggone center spot, right? And that's just what it is. His last play will be him running naturally, right? And then we can also quantify, like what my guy just said, Okoye, on these particular parameters, that at least you will have a better caller of plays as it relates to running the ball. You know, shout out to Kellen Moore. I think that he's a young, brilliant guy, just putting a little cover over Kellen Moore. Shout out to Boise State and all of that he was doing over there as well. And shout out to everybody who believed in Kellen Moore. But he was still youthful. He was still young. He didn't know how to call up running plays. And if you look at the time that he became the offensive coordinator, the running back stats took a nosedive deep down, you know, because he's a quarterback, man. He was a quarterback that got hurt, that they felt kind of like, okay, he's kind of sort of smart. They gave him a position to be the quote-unquote qualities control quarterback coach. And then from there, he became the OC, rapid promotions, right? When did he have time to learn how to set up run plays, run designs, you know, that proven theories that can work and can't work, right? So it is what it is. Zeke just signed today. Yes, indeed, let's say. So, yeah. So it's all what I'm saying. No quality. No quality control at Boise State and none of that. He went straight from, hey, I'm playing for the Cowboys. Hey, I got hurt. Let me just go straight to being a quarterback's coach. Straight to being an actual offensive coordinator. Don't you know how many years it takes to become an offensive coordinator? But that's a whole nother story, not to beat him up. We hope he don't do well. I used to say I hope he do well, but now we hope he definitely don't do well since he's inside this division now. But you will see that he had no rhyme or reasons with his run. It just didn't marry. I think that one of the people called him the play collector. They just collect a lot of plays, and nothing makes sense, and that's just crazy. But neither here nor there. That was my guy Okoye thoughts of that. And shout out to you, Choctaw, Montana. Appreciate you for 27 months. Appreciate you, man. What's up, Law? Yeah, this particular segment with Zeke is hatred discussion for me because I was trashed and Zeke was trashed by every channel fan because because I said Zeke helped Dallas NTP, which no team fears. Yeah. I mean, no team absolutely fears Ezekiel, not Ezekiel Elliott, but Tony Pollard, right? To a degree, when Zeke was running with that PCL situation, a lot of people looked at it like, okay, he's a little gimpy now. You know, he's a wounded animal, right? And when we do see 21 in the backfield, it's going to be 21 slam. 21, can you do something for me? So, yeah, I get those sentiments. I hate that people put it on you, Montana. But the ideology is of a running back. Let me play the rest of this, and then my guy, he can give you more details of what an ideology of a running back is, and it falls right on in, bro. Watch this.
A position, excuse my French, for pussies, and Zeke is not that, right? But when you look at him and Royce Freeman, look at
hold on,
Rico, the game in his last year here.
Rewind just a little bit more.
He's fine. He just got hit in the knee in Detroit for you, got up and finished the game, one of his best games of the year, 2 touchdowns, I think, in that game, on a partially torn ACL. That's who you have at running back. Mm-hmm. Running back is not a position, excuse my French, for pussies. Mm-hmm. And Zeke is not that, right? But when you look at him and Royce Freeman, look at Rico, and then whatever we decide to do as far as Pete, I like the kid Pete, who's a quick guy, and then you got Deuce Vaughn as well. Mm-hmm. You got a backfield by committee right there. Now, do I think they're going to ask Zeke to be the Zeke of old and carry the ball?
All right, so I hear people saying that Kareem Hunt is out there. Now, Kareem Hunt, he averaged 3 yards per tote, right? He had 411 yards off of 135 carries. That's a lot of carries. Outside of that, 135 carries. Guess who had more explosive yards than Kareem Hunt? You know, and I'm not beating up Kareem Hunt. I like Kareem. You know, I like what he brings to the table. You know, but and he did have for sure 9 tubs, man, and that's a lot of touchdowns. I'm not finna dismiss that. But when I look down here, yards after contact, 2.17, right? Explosive yards ran 5. Okay. And catching in the backfield, he lost all of that. They didn't do none of that over there in Browns land for him. All right. So just off of Kareem Hunt, off of name alone. All right. So I can tell you, Zeke, he had 184. He averaged 3.5. Now, Browns, to a degree, you can argue about what their offensive line look like, but they got some dudes over there. I don't know, man. He averaged 3.5. Kareem only averaged 3. What's going on with this, man? What's going on? You know what's going on with the Kareem? I thought he had bursts. I thought he had explosiveness and all of this stuff. And explosive yards, that means of 10-plus runs, he only had 5. He got 5 on it, you know. And then go back over here to Zeke. Zeke had 8. Is 8 more than 5? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And then Forrest, this stat alone right here, and I get it, man. I understand. I'm not preaching for Zeke only, but he had 24 missed tackles, meaning that, hey, I made you try to come down the field, I made you miss. All right, so Hunt had 7, meaning that you ain't going to make me miss. That elusiveness, it wasn't there. And 411, I get that. But he didn't do nothing for you catching the ball in the backfield. Zeke, he had north of 300 yards in the backfield. So, I mean, he had close to 1,000 of total yards. I'm not saying that Zeke is a world beater. I'm not saying that Kareem Hunt is trash. But at this time, far as familiarity and assessments of what this team is trying to do, I think that the Cowboys looked at those options and said, you know what, give me the devil I know versus the devil I don't know, right? Kareem might go here and then start wailing on folks again. I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I get it, man. I get it, man. Zeke had no offense last year. Yeah. Why are we comparing them? Hunt is a much better stat. Ain't nothing. Hunt was the number 2. You forgot about the other running back over there in Patriots. You know, Zeke was a split back there. When Kareem was playing for the Browns, he got a lot of carries because of the injury of Chubb, right? And they started to use the other guy too, forward and all of those boys. But I get what you're saying. Some of you guys refuse to even just look at the tape, and y'all just go straight into the hate and say, okay, this man is bound to fail, you know, because of he's used to play for the Cowboys. That's just what it is. But neither here nor there. Let me play the rest of this right here.
30 times a game? No, I don't. Do I think he even needs to do that? No. I think the only time you ask Zeke to be a hammer is when you get into the playoffs. As long as you can keep him healthy until then, I think Zeke is a fine pick. So to say that he's not, I question your fanhood when you start coming at Zeke. I really do. Because was Jerome Bettis great when he finished out his career in Detroit? I mean, well, he did finish out in Detroit because he's from Detroit, but he was with the Steelers that last year. But him and Willie Parker did, right? Was he the guy? No. Did he need to be? No. All he needs to be is the guy that can give us short yards and give us easy touchdowns in the red zone so that we're not fumbling and fussing at Hunter Lipke for fumbling or worried about Tony Pollard, who tries to put his head down and run through a safety and can't. Do you remember last time a safety tried to stop Zeke from scoring a touchdown on the 1-yard line? It's not happening. It's not happening. So do I think that that's a plus to this team? Yeah. We lost to Miami because of that. So he at least good for one extra win. Is that worth something? Is that worth signing him? Maybe.
That's my guy, Okoye, man. Be sure to check out Okoye Media, man, on all platforms under that handle, Okoye Media. Okay. And I get people still frustrated with the ideology of bringing Zeke back. Here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. He's not here to be the RB1 and only the RB1. He is coming here to be the split back. They're going to split the duties between him as well as Rico, Royce Freeman, as well as Deuce Vaughn. They're going to have a plethora of different running backs in the backfield. He's not going to be the end-all, be-all, right? And Mike McCarthy, if he end up being the end-all, be-all, if he's the only person to touch the ball, then shame on the head coach. Shame on him. Then we ain't worthy to win anyway. You know, if they look at the tape and they say, hey, we're going to give Zeke 25 to 30 carries a game, then shame on them. They don't know football. They don't know football. And if Mike McCarthy don't have the gonads to say, hey, man, we finna split this thing up. When we get down inside the 20, I got someone with a nose of the balls, even with the ring, to get inside. You know, he got that nose ring. Lean forward and get in there and score that touchdown, right? If they don't use the variety of the backs that they got, you know, it's 30, how many flavors do Baskin Robbins have? They got all them flavors there. It's up to the coaching staff to make sure that they can make the differences between the running backs. Here's another part of it. The Dallas Cowboys in this particular draft, this whole thing with this draft is what they did was they solidified angry folks, right? Tyler Guyton, you listen to him. He's a guy that's going to be willing to grow and be that mauler for us. He's going to be good with the run protection and stuff like that, run blocking. On top of that, Cooper Beebe. If you look at any shape, form, 31 other flavors out there, right? 31 flavors. So it should be a lot of stuff out there. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, this particular run game should be better in this particular fashion. Now, is it me that I'm only the optimistic person out here? Because everybody else hate what the Cowboys did, and they already saying that it's going to be doomed before it starts. Let me go right here.
Dallas.
Pause it for a quick second here, ladies and gentlemen. This also proves the whole notion that it's been Dak all the time anyway. It's been all on Dak. Offensively speaking, we lost Tyron, who was always the hurt guy anyhow. Tyler Biotis, man, that's wet paper bags he can't push through. And we lost Tony Pollard. That's it. That's it on offense. Y'all acting like, man, we done lost Jerry Rice, man. We done lost Michael Irvin. Oh, my goodness, man. We lost Big Nate Newton, man. Oh, man, we lost Eric Williams. Man, we didn't lose none of those boys. It's been the same team. The same team. And we've been banging on the table. So now y'all want to believe what we've been saying? That's what gets me. It's always been on 4. Nothing changed. Here's the truth. And I didn't even bring up Michael Gallup. Come on, man. The man had one leg for the last 3 seasons. I can't make this stuff up. I guess Michael Gallup was the difference maker. I guess he did show up in that Green Bay's game, right?
That could mean 3 teams.
What's different? Who's the main back last year? Tony Pollard coming from his ankle. And his foot placed it where his calf used to be at. So it's been the same, man. You know, it's been the same. Yeah. Gallup did sign with the Raiders. May he have a successful time over there. Talking about Chicago gonna be this and that. You see, people think what the Texans did last year would be the same what Caleb Williams gonna do and whoever the other quarterback gonna do for the Washington team. Man, come on, man. That was a perfect storm. That team played last year's last schedule, right? And people were still trying to figure out the Texans. And then when they did figure them out, they beat them, right? But at the end of the day, shout out to them. They made it to the playoffs. They won a playoff game, right? But even CJ looked very pedestrian in that last playoff game. But that's nothing. That's neither here nor there when they took away a few things. But I would tell you this: Chicago, Chi-Town. You think you're gonna throw the ball all over the field there? No, you better be able to run the ball, Caleb Williams. And getting beat down in the pros, crying to mama ain't gonna save you, you know. And I ain't putting that against them, you know. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Lions, Vikings, they gonna play each other rough, just like the Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, and the Washington team gonna play each other rough. It's just that at the end of the day, if we have four that's healthy, we come out on top. That's not even up for debate. Historical data speaks for itself. All we're saying is we get into the playoffs. If four can stay healthy, we get into the playoffs. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. And what did the Cowboys improve, ladies and gentlemen? What did we draft? What did we draft? What did we draft in this draft? Yeah, let me see. What did we draft? Majority. Fat guys. Old line. Look at my guy. Jenkins says, old line, big nasty. Trying to keep him upright. We give run game to life, shoot. And yeah, I'm all down. I'm 10 toes down on the Cowboys should. That's the operative word. Go ahead and pay CD Lamb and get that ball rolling. And far as for whatever they do with Micah Parsons, I get people hesitancy on Micah Parsons. I get that. Dude out here, he a real life celebrity. Micah Parsons right there, he a real life. Micah Parsons, a real life celebrity, man, shoot. He doing quarterback drills and everything else. Shout out to Micah Parsons, right? I hope he get his corn, his bag, or whatever it may be that he trying to pursue. Big kid at heart. Shout out to him. Credence to him. Kudos and all of those things. My guy Rome also retweeted this right here from Okoye. I can see somebody right now, blasphemous, you know, swinging. He ain't no Drew Brees. Dak is whack, dog. First 8 seasons. Shoot. That is some good stats. Those are some good numbers there. Dak did that without a Sean Payton. He did that with 4.5 years with Jason Garrett. If you gave Dak Sean Payton, shoot, the early years of Sean Payton, shoot. See, people don't never quantify stuff. People just pull stuff up and they say, hey, have at it. Come on with it, man. Come on, what we tell them?
Please come home. I got beans and bologna.
When y'all gonna come home with it, baby? I don't know what Drew Brees would look like with Jason Garrett. I don't know what he would look like with Jason Garrett. But I know what Dak and Romo look like with Jason Garrett. All right. Here's what I'm gonna bring home right here, ladies and gentlemen. And this is a brilliant point by Smooth right here. What's his name again, y'all? God dog, what's his name? Is it his name Nick something? What's his name? Y'all give me his name. Because everybody inflates this. What's his name, y'all? Shout out to Harold. You know, Eastside Harold, appreciate you, man. Nick Wright. Yeah, I want to give his man his flowers before I get to started. Where my flowers button?
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
Oh yeah. Let me give this man his flowers. Okay. He did a great job of his assessment with this. Let's play this audio. All right. Hey, pause it right here. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense because every year we hear, oh man, Eagles, man, they done ran off with the draft, man. We draft really well. Yeah. XYZ is better than XYZ. Yeah. I hear all of that every year. Them boys be drafting some names, man. They draft some names, they rubberneck. You know, they'll say, okay, oh, Dallas like that? Oh, 49ers like that? Oh, we gonna try to go get that. We gonna trade up, we're gonna trade back to get multiple picks to get that. And then when you really dive deep into it, no substance, nothing stay the same. That's why they out there in free agency. Now, granted, Howie do have that ability to go out there and work up some unbelievable deals. Unbelievable deals, man. As it relates to when they get those guys, right? He's good at that. But far as drafting, man, come on, man. I get with what y'all are saying. But the Cowboys, the reason why we stay afloat, the Eagles are good at their acquisitions beyond the draft, right? And the Cowboys are good at their acquisitions as it relates to finding the players in the draft. That's just what I'm going to say here. And on top of that, you got to sprinkle in the fact that we are good with our undrafted rookie free agency guys, right? Quote unquote Marquise Bell, Terrence Steele. Oh my goodness, Kevontae Turpin. To a degree, Peyton Hendershot if he can stay healthy for a chance. But it is what it is. I absolutely like what Nick had to say with this whole entirety of his piece, of his.
They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't. Wow.
Yo, baby.
Please come home. I got beans and bologna. Please come home.
Shout out to Nick, man. And shout out to that Twitter page right here. And shout out to my guy, Cowboy Fan Talk, for all of that good pieces right there. Come home, baby. Yeah. So at the end of the day, when y'all be like, hey, man, they had a good draft. Yeah, they drafted all of those DBs. Why did they draft those DBs? I'm old enough to remember when they had Baker. What's that dude name? They said, man, these two DBs right here, they gonna shut them down, man. Shoot. Hey, CD won't be able to. Remember they said that CD won't be able to do nothing. He won't be able to do nothing on those two DBs. What was that guy name? That was on the other side. He kept burning him. They got him from Giants Land. What was his name? Oh my goodness, man. Oh. Bradbury. Oh, yeah, baby.
Please come home.
Yeah, Bradbury. And we already knew a Darius Slay. I mean, they was talking about all of that stuff, but at the end of the day, what still remains the same was that, hey, we did them.
Damn!
Yeah. Yeah, and then they gonna beat up our guy Cooper Rush, and we're like, wait till Dak Prescott come back, broken hand and all, drops back, and he find, oh my goodness, 33 in the third, Hilton, T.Y., you ain't got no alibi, and Slay was sitting there like, hey, I was in cover 1, no, I was in cover 3.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here.
Yeah.
Or should I say,
I am.
I am.
Yeah. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors, man, before we go to the next segue here. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Yo, spring is here, and it's all about styling and refining your style with Cuts Clothing. I personally use Cuts Clothing. It's very comfortable, especially when you're editing and doing a lot of work. You need something to relax in, and Cuts Clothing got all of that great information for you on their website as well at cutsclothing.com/Law Nation. Use promo code Law Nation to get 20% off of your Cuts Clothing. They got the iconic pull-on pants. They got everything that you can imagine. And then on top of that, the spring 2024 drop is here. So go to cutsclothing.com and be sure to use promo code Law Nation. And on top of that, they will give you 20% off Cuts Clothing, man. And they got plenty of designs for you. Refine your style with Cuts Clothing and get 20% off with code Law Nation. That's at cutsclothing.com/Law Nation. Let's get it. Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. Be sure to check out all of that great information in the description box so you can go get your Cuts Clothing. On top of that, you get 20% off when you use Law Nation, man. And the clothes really good. They got pants and everything else. And I'm telling you guys, not just because they are sponsoring this video, but the clothes are really nice. So check out the website, by the way. Before we get into these other conversational pools, yes, the Cowboys did sign Ty. He's a really fast receiver, Ty Johnson. His nickname is Ty, but his real name is Tyron, right? He's a real fast, shifty type of wide receiver. He wore 80 at the Oxnard deal, and hopefully, we want to bring in the collective. We want to bring in more and more people. We want to be able to get things moving, whether it be a situation where we can finally take the top off the defense. We will see, though. He should be more comfortable now in this system, and I'm talking about Tyron. So hopefully that will be a situation. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's get it. Cowboys by Nature says, Law getting on sponsors, man. Let's go, man. Hey, we need more and more. Shout out to JC Cowboy Network as well for all that he do, for the nation. If he's in the chat, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. 1,000. Let me see what we were going to get into these. My wish list, all right? We went over this already. Xavier Howard. We talked about Tyler Boyd, right? Out of these guys. And Stephon Gilmore, right? I already beat y'all up over the Ezekiel Elliott thing. And, let's talk about the defensive side. Here's what I'm saying with the defense in general. The Dallas Cowboys, I think that one thing that we're going to keep with this team will be still the turnovers, the takeaways. I think that we should be able to still get those things, because after I looked at everything and we start to digest what really is brought to the table, those INTs didn't start in 2021. They absolutely started in 2020. Let me repeat. They didn't start in 2021. They started in 2020. It hit me. Trayvon Diggs had how many interceptions his rookie year in 2020? 3 or 4. And he had a broken foot that season. So I think that we're going to continue to have takeaways, right? I think that now by adding, these type of philosophies, I'm not saying that Old Man River here is going to be able to just make things change, but what I'm saying from a collective spot is that we're going to have real linebackers, right? He had 5 his rookie year, so that's even nastier, right? So I'm thinking that, even though with the retread, and I get it, most people don't like the fact that we don't go out there and do all of those other gaudy things. But I'm looking at this defense by sure just facts that's going to be on the table that these boys are going to rally. They're going to chase. They're not going to play around. And they're going to make these tackles that we were not making last season. We were iffy. We didn't shoot through gaps. We didn't go downhill. We played more of, hey, we allow the opposition to come to us, and then we make the tackle. But what you're seeing here is that these boys fly out to the ball, they go down, and I'm saying that this will be something more tangible of what we're going to do opposed to what we've been doing in the past. That's how I'm looking at it. Larry says Deron Bland had 5 his rookie year. I think that Trayvon Diggs had 4, but not to go back and forth with both of those boys. I think they both ball handlers, and they get things going. They do. One more sponsor read, and then we'll open up the phone lines. But I got to cut it real short because I got to leave right at 3:25. So it's right now 2:43 where I'm at. So we're going to read this sponsor. Shout out to Austin. I mean, not Austin, but Action. Shout out to him. He's killing it over there, man. Hey, man, you need to send me these picks, man, earlier. But neither here nor there. They got a special promo right here in Euphoria, right? And 12 times the payout boost. All you do is when you download PrizePicks, click on the promotion button, and they will absolutely, when you register, 100% of your deposit match up to $100 will be straight into your account. But all you got to do is hit opt in with these package right here, and then they give you 12 times the boost right there. So, yeah, that's nice. And who heard that diss song, man, by K-Dot, man? It's getting real out here in these streets, man. It's getting crazy out here. But let me show you, man, my guy, Action, man. He's dropping flames. He said his pick entries, man, he done hit for 50. He done made 50 turn into 250, and then he done made 30 turn to 150. Appreciate him, man. He went with my guy AD the other day, and, they hey, the Lakers right now, what they doing, baby? Yeah, where my Lakers at?
Please come home. I got beans and bologna. Please come home.
All right, KD too. Devin Brooks, man, Booker, and then also Anthony, man. That Anthony Edwards, man. And shoot, that's Anthony Edwards, man. That dude's a beast, man. Shoot, that Jordan right there. He got Jordan blood in him, man. Oh my goodness, infinite powers, man. Zeke coming back. It's like a family member coming home from war. Yeah. Forget y'all, man. Lakers in 8, baby. Lakers in 8. Lakers in 8, baby. Y'all leave me alone. But, hey, y'all be sure to check out PrizePicks, man. It's a family reunion. All right, man. All right, man. All right.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close.
Come on, make them quick. We don't have a long time, baby. Come on.
Outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands.
Hey.
Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins.
Hey.
I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend.
Oh, right, really? Come on. Lakers in 8, baby. Edwards is the real alien. Come here, London. What you got?
There are 4 participants in the conference.
London, what you doing?
All participants are muted.
Yeah, what she want to say something to me? Oh, one. Oh, she just said hi. But forget you then, London. Forget you. What up, Darius? What's good with you, man? You live on the hotline, bro. What's good?
What's that? Long.
Not much, man.
They
Talk to
draft
me.
BPA.
Did they draft BPA? Nah, man. Hold on, man. I got the slurp thing on you, bro. Jeez. Why is it stuck here? Give me 1 second, bro. Nah, they didn't draft BPA.
I'm glad you admitted that. Because me personally, in the first beginning of the draft, I gave them an A+ for the move that they made to trade down.
Yeah.
To get Guyton. Phenomenal. A+. You started out on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Then you draft Marshawn Nealon. You reached. He has potential, but you could have got him in the third round, and you could have got Cooper Beebe in the third round too. Because you had two third round draft picks. So this is my thing. So that, to me, that bumped them down to a C minus. I wish we would have at least got Trey Benson.
All right, so start it over, man, because, you know, I flipped over to my phone line. It still had the Slurpee thing up, man. I didn't mean to slurp you. Well, pause, man. I didn't mean to put the well, whatever, man. I can't say it, you know. But, hey, I didn't mean to put it on you like that. Well, pause, quadruple pause. Yeah. So break that all down again. Well, what you had to say, hey, Jay Lombardi, let me make it, dog. But keep going, man.
You good, Law, man?
Yeah. Break it down.
I just feel like they reached, like per usual.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes the Cowboys, like, instead of them drafting BPA, like they'll do this thing where they like to reach, thinking that like they are more smarter than everybody else in the draft. But like when you reach, you miss out on great players. You can still get the player that you reached on, but when you reach, you cut yourself out of a guy like an A-Chain. You cut yourself out on like a guy like a Jalen Hyatt. You cut yourself out on a guy like Trey Benson. Like when if you just draft BPA.
Now tell me again. What did you had as your best player available at 24?
At the number 2 spot?
To start all over again. Yeah. At 24, who did you have?
Oh, I gave them an A+.
You gave them an A+.
Made the move to trade down.
Trade back, because that's good. Yeah. They got 2 for the price of 1. Okay, keep going.
And so boom. So when you double back in the second round, you reached on Nealon. Nobody, I don't think.
Hello.
When you was looking, yo.
You breaking up a little bit, but let me just say this though, because I got a real close tight time today.
Yeah.
The Nealon, after looking at research and everything, he since 2022 was the best run stopper defensive edge guy in this draft. He had the highest stat line. Now, granted, you could talk about, that's because he went to a smaller school. Yeah, he may measure it out or what have you, but he's for damn sure he's a great run stopper. And what we had issues with, bro, we didn't have issues getting to the quarterback. We had issues with what?
With stopping the run game. So this is my thing.
Uh-huh.
Who's going to have a bigger? So I got you on that.
You got me. Okay, where you got me at? Now, keep going.
I'm saying I understand you with what you just said, but also my thing is the running back at that spot. He's going to be a more pivotal. He's going to play a more pivotal role in our offense. Trey Benson. Like if we would have picked him, I feel like he would have made a bigger impact than a Marshawn Nealon. And I'm saying you could have went back and got Nealon because you had another third-round pick. That's all I'm saying. I just feel like they reached. You cut yourself out on a good player. That's my whole thing. That's the only thing that
I think that the only thing is with this draft, and the way they was looking at it, like it was Jonathan Brooks or bust, right? They only looked at Jonathan Brooks. They probably didn't value Trey Benson like we did, right?
You know what?
And they wanted to. They probably.
But why they didn't get him though? Because he was available at number 2.
Not in the second round. Benson was Brooks was gone before because they talked too much. Brooks was gone to the Panthers. You know, yeah. I think if he was there, we'd been having a whole different conversation. I think they still would have drafted BB, and they would have figured out a way to draft another guy on the edge. But hey, man, there's nothing guaranteed. So you already won last year, man. I ain't finna bet you no more time, man, on anything. But what I can say, I'm feeling good. Who will have a better year this year? Let's put $25 on it right now. Yep. Nealon or Trey Benson?
Oh, I'm saying Benson all day.
Okay.
So if you
$25, okay? We put $25 on it right now. All right. Yeah.
Sure.
25 on Benson. Let me see how I might lose that 25, but I'll probably gain it back throughout the process of us going back and forth. Appreciate you for calling in, bro.
Yes, indeed.
No doubt, man. Good call from Darius, man. And Darius, man, this weekend there will be that pass rushing camp, man, so come on out, man. All right, Thunderbird, man, you're live, man, from the 803.
What's going on, Lo?
Not much, man. I don't know how I got around to naming you Thunderbird, but, hey, you're live on this show, man. Talk to me, man. Wait a minute. Wait, say that one more time, bro.
I said it was a while back I called you and named me that.
Okay. Thunderbird Pool Boy. Jeez. I guess I had some Hennessy that day. But keep going, man. Talk to me, man.
No, the only thing I want to say, Lo, because you ain't get that much time, is I would say I give our boys a B+ in the draft. I kind of really wanted them to take Blake from Michigan, our running back. But the picks that we did get, I can't necessarily be mad at the picks because they did address what we needed to address. Now we got to see how we.
God, man. Hey, your phone killed, man. You're dead over there, man.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now, man. All right, now spit it.
I give us a B+ in the draft.
Okay.
I really want us to take Blake. I didn't expect him to be on the board for that long as he was for Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
But we addressed what we need to address, stopping the run, bigger bodies in the O-line to help out Dak, help out Zeke now, Rico down, all rest of our running backs. But we got to see how it play out on the field now.
Yeah, we do, man. We're going to have to go see how it plays out, man. I like Blake. Do you know where he went to, though? Watson. Yeah, because,
I'm not sure where he went.
Memphis been a running back camp. They be getting a lot of running backs that make splashes, man. And Kenneth Gainwell, of course, Gibson, then, of course, Tony Pollard. It seems like those boys know what they're doing as far as whoever run style that they get over there. They come out pretty good for at least 1 or 2 years good in the National Football League. So I can't wait to see Blake Watson, whatever team he going to. I can't wait to see him, man. He going to the Rams? Oh, man, it's a good team for him.
Yeah.
It's a good team. So good team.
He should have a pretty good season. Because he was a dynamite with Michigan.
Shoot, Puka Nacua and all of those boys. And it's going to be nice, man. Rams going to be a real fun team. And that's another team that I always pegged as they draft pretty well. Appreciate the Thunderbird, man. Thank you for calling in, bro.
Yes, sir.
No doubt, man. From the 901, Adam, you're live.
Well, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Talk to me, bro.
So I just got a quick thing. I think that we're missing out on some things. I think the running back room is okay. I know we're gonna do it probably by committee, but one thing that everybody's not talking about enough is this receiver room. Who else do we have outside of CD and Brandon and Ferg? Who's going to help in the passing game? Because if y'all think that the running game is going to be an issue, outside of CD, we don't have nobody to really help. Brandon didn't. Yeah. He came along late in the season, but outside of that, who's going to help in this receiver room? Do we really trust Tolbert and Turpin to really move the needle down the field this year? We didn't. I think we could have took Troy Franklin was on the board forever. I think he would have been a really good help. And
over which one of the guys though? So let's see. So and let me make some corrections. I thought he was talking about Watson, the running back for Memphis, but he was talking about Blake Corum. Blake Corum going to do nice things over there in Rams land, but I appreciate y'all in the chat for letting me know that. All right, so when you talking about who's going to step in for wide receiver, we drafted Tolbert early. A third-round draft pick, in my opinion, is considered early draft pick for me, right? I think that the whole swap thing could have been in that year because Sam Williams was drafted in the second round, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we drafted Tolbert. I was thinking that we should have went because I think for sure Sam would have fell to the third. I think that if we would have just swapped it, we should have got that kid from Georgia who went to the Steelers, and that would have been our dog right there. I forgot his name, tip of my tongue. Pickens. What's his first name? Pickens. George Pickens. I think that, man, it would have been the perfect balance for us, right? Lamb and Pickens. I think that would have been a perfect balance. That would have been a for sure dog versus the guy who said that he is a dog, and we haven't seen that out of Tolbert yet. And I think Sam would have fell to the third round. But we kind of Quinn started speaking highly of Sam Williams, and so far, Sam Williams collectively only have 600 snaps in the National Football League in his last years or what have you. So it's crazy. But I'm saying that as far as wide receivers who can step up, we got to see now, man, what Jalen Tolbert is made of.
Right.
We got
and then we still got some free agents. But I think if you get Renfro in that offense, you think about another good, solid Cole Beasley back in his young days. You still got he can work the slot really good, quick and agile, can get open quick for that. But I just don't know what we'll do with. I don't know if Tolbert and Turpin can really move the needle the way that we will need.
Since Cedric Wilson is no longer here, the closest thing I can get to him would be Tyler Boyd. If you're talking about a seasonal guy who can work the middle of the field and take some things, intermediate route running. He can't take top off defense, but he's a good possessive receiver who can get really busy inside the slot. Would be Tyler Boyd. Hunter Renfrow, he can get busy on the outside. He can get busy all over. It's a reason why he's still available, though. It's crazy. But I wouldn't mind, for a cup of coffee to bring in Hunter. But what they're going to do now, and what all of these teams are going to do now, is just see what they got. They're going to see what they got now, the youth. And then when training camp hit for like week 2, week 3, then they'll start picking up them phones, man, for those veteran guys if they're available. Yeah. But they can't move too soon right quick because they got to wait. They got to wait to see what team is going to release some of their star-studded guys because they drafted a person. So you got to keep that in mind too.
That's a good point. Good point. But that's all I got, Law. I think we just need to probably strip this receiver room. That's all I got to wait.
Appreciate you, bro. Good call from him. All right. That's what T-Jack said. Renfro is washed. Hey. Well, Renfro had one good year, two good years. Let me check, man. Let me just check. Let me double check before I call them all crazy, man. Because I'm being real with y'all. I haven't watched too much Raiders tape. Let me go right here. And boom. Yeah, how you spell that dude's name? You must have misspelled it. Hunter. There we go. With a W. No, okay. Yeah, that's terrible. 37 targets, 25 receptions, 255. 36. That's terrible. 2021, he was him in 2021. Okay, I'm looking at the targets. So, I don't know, man. If you give him the targets, you give him the situations, I think he can make it do. Y'all let me know what he got hurt these last 2 seasons. He had some terrible last 2 seasons, though. Yeah. 2021, he looked good. In 2020, of course, it was a rookie year, right? No. Okay, he's been a minute for you. Okay, he been in here since 2019, so his second year. So man, he had one good year, 2021. So, all right, let's go to the hotline for your mind. VIP from the 860. What you know?
Law is VIP, baby. Law.
What's up,
Law? Let's clear the air real quick, Law. It's no Slurpee, Law. We're not talking about the Slurpee today.
Okay.
We're going to leave Mr. Slurpee, his hermaphrodite, his blow-up doll, his lipsticks and knee pad. We're going to leave all that alone today, Law. We're going to focus on... Get him, Law. There it is, Law. Law, that's his boy.
The conference has been locked.
To his boy Darius. But Darius, Darius is his cousin. So Darius get a little bit of that slurp too. But I'm going to leave Darius alone. He ain't slip up this year, so I'm going to leave him alone. Everybody that comes from my quarterback, I just want to know this, Law, before I get into my Zeke and my love for Zeke. What are you going to do, Darius and Slurpee King, when Dak re-ups his contract? What's going to happen, Law? Because you do know, Law, that he counts $40 million on the books next year, Law. Uh-huh. Even if they don't do nothing else, Law. We know this, right?
Right.
So the only thing they can do, Law, and that's why Jerry be brain fart and fumbling all over himself. I think we need to take the mic from Jerry at this point. He gave up. I don't know if that was intentional, because I'm glad that he intentionally sabotaged the draft. Because, they wouldn't even let Mike come there. They put the muzzle on Mike. Just get out the glory hole, Jerry. He talked up this running back enough for the other. Well, they said, well, damn, I don't even need a running back. I'm just going to take him because Jerry said my doctors cleared him.
Yeah.
Which we all know. This is what I'm happy about, Lord, because he's not going to. I like him as a running back, but I don't think he's going to be Gucci. We all know about the knee. It takes a full year to get over that and get back right.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Lord.
Yeah. It takes a minute.
Does Mike McCarthy have a year? Does he have a year to sit and wait for that, Lord?
Oh, I see where you're going. So Mike McCarthy was happy that he wasn't there. They're like, yeah, thank
God.
God.
So Mike couldn't say nothing, but silently Mike was clapping in the back like, good God. So Jerry can't even fumble over himself over this. And what Jerry has seen in the Brandons of the world, the ideology that they create is just, they got hypotheses, they pull things out of the air. They don't realize they started targeting our DN last year. I love the Lion, but the Lion is only 258. I love me the Lion. But they were targeting him
No. He ain't 258.
What is he?
235.
See what I'm saying? Oh man. So look.
Yeah.
So look, they purposely, if you looked at the last few games, because you already know it's a copycat league. They looked at the last two games like, damn, they can't stop the run. They weren't running up the middle. They were running right at Micah.
Yeah.
And we don't have a goddamn D coordinator to say, hey, let's move Micah off the ball. Now we have a defensive end that is known for what? What is 99? I'm going to call him Mr. 9mm. What is 9mm known for, Law?
Go shoot, man. Yeah.
So he shoot. And not only he shoot, he was the best run stopper coming out of college, Law. Was he not?
He was. Yeah. Michael Parsons right at 235 to 245. He right around that way. He ain't 250.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why we picked up Nealon, which I call 9mm, because he can now he's our Glock on the end. Now you come shooting off the end, he's busting back. He's got the bullets to bust back.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So yeah. Nealon is like 275, 280.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and that's before the weight. That's before the off season. So you're gonna give these guys, everybody that come in, they're gonna get 10 pounds of at least muscle, of that peanut butter muscle, or that Texas muscle before they touch the field. So Lord, man, I'm just like I said, I'm gonna try this year my therapist told me I have to practice on forgiving people. So I forgive Darius and his hermaphrodite. I forgive everybody that wants to talk about my quarterback, and everybody that wants to talk about 21, do something for me. Go look up at his stats for last year. He had almost 1,000 yards from scrimmage. How many of our running backs had that? He had 12 tubs when he left here.
Man, you own it, man.
We got down to the 2-yard line. Tony Pollard's running sideways to the goddamn end zone. Zeke can fall forward for 2 yards, can he not?
He can do that for 2. Yeah, for 2.
So let's get rid of this ideology where the Joneses don't know how to draft. Like we all know. Look at my Zeke. Look at my Zeke, Law. He can. And this was on. This was on torn knees, Law. That he was playing for us.
No doubt,
his knees
man.
back, Lord. Look, leave him good. I'm good with Zeke. All I want is that, like I said, I want to see what this kid Nate got. If we can get him for a switch up, now we really have a running back by committee.
No doubt,
so
man.
So that's all I've been asking for. I'm gonna leave the hotline alone. 'Cause I know Slurpee man is probably waiting in the wings. His lips is percolating. His nose is coming all out of his nostrils. So I'm gonna if he's on the line. Hey, Brandon, tell your hermaphrodite. I want to know who's playing tight end, who's playing wide receiver. Can you put that in the sideline? Who's tight end, who's wide receiver, and who's slurping and who's gulping? Yeah, there it is. Hit him.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, bro.
No, you know it's all love. How about them Cowboys? I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Hey, man.
I ain't mad.
That boy, he be ready for some guns, man.
I ain't mad at you.
Yo, that man is crazy, man. Let's go to Nation, man, from the 682, man. You live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, bro.
Oh, what's up, Lord? It's been a minute, bro.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man.
Hey, it's gonna be
good.
Quick. It's gonna be quick. I got a
Appreciate
question for you, so I just need you to listen for right now. So the draft overall, bro, I love it. The whole draft is all needs. That's it. Needs, Keelan. I don't know how to feel about that, but I understand because at the end of the day, he's gonna be D-Law's replacement, etc. I love Ezekiel Elliott. You know why I love Ezekiel Elliott is because I love Ezekiel Elliott because not only will he be that short yardage, I wanted Zeke last year. I wanted him because I wanted to see Zeke have a fullback. We have not one time seen Zeke run by a fullback. Well, I haven't. That should be a lie. I probably just haven't. But I want to see Hunter and Zeke in that red zone yardage, okay? As well as I feel like Zeke is a good addition because not only will Zeke be able to catch you, be able to pass block. Now, if we got Zeke, we use Zeke the same way the Patriots did, not only will that help not Mr. CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Mr. Ferguson, but that would also help Dak Prescott stop forcing so much stuff downfield unnecessarily, if you understand where I'm coming from. Because if you use Zeke as a receiver like the Patriots did, that's going to help defenses get out that quarter defense as much as they did. Because they do, when you use Zeke like that, that's going to leave either Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb, or Mr. Ferguson one-on-one. And that's our goal, to have them one-on-one. Because we know when one of those three get one-on-one, they're going to do what they always do. You feel me? Now,
no doubt.
Besides that, since we have the linebacker and the new defensive end, what do you think they're going to do with Michael? Because I'm truly like thinking. We have linebackers now, and we have depth at defensive end. I wonder what they're going to do with Sam and Michael now. That's,
no doubt.
Those two people are really well.
Appreciate you for calling in. I'm gonna go ahead and give that to you, man. Appreciate you, man. Good call from Nation. They're gonna use Parsons. They're gonna use Parsons as a specialized weapon. But on third downs, best believe we got the rotational piece to put Parsons down on that line. We got the rotational piece to put Parsons on the line. Give or take of the score, we got Parsons There's going to be back at linebacker playing at that weak side, or he could be playing Sam, but I think he'll play weak side. And then with that being said, you got Kendricks as your Mike. I think that's where it's going to be. But on third downs, he's gonna blitz. He's gonna be back on the field and everything. So that's where I'm looking at. We got Rogers, big boy down inside. We have Mozzie, those big boys. We got Carl, I meant to say, not Lewis, but Davis. We got those three guys right there, space eaters. And then last but not least, you still gonna have to figure out what Junior Fihoko is gonna look like. I think Fihoko, bull in the china shop, I think that he is going to have a better showcasing of what he did last year, because we got Paul Gunter and all of those boys who will coach him up even more so that he can be a wrecking ball. Remember, Fihoko's skill set was stopping the run in college. I think that we will see more of that. And I got the commish, man. He live from the 254. You're live. Talk to me.
Well, what's up, commish here? How are you today?
Yay, all is well. Can't complain.
Hey, just two things, and I'll let you run. I think the draft, the only place that they reached was at linebacker. I think everything else they hit a home run on. I don't think they wanted to do any running back before the 5th round, because they know they're not going to give that running back a second contract. So they've learned their lessons. They're not going to spend top draft picks on stuff that they can't extend, because that's what they do. They don't sign free agents; they sign their own. So got that going. And then one of the callers was saying, what are we going to do in our wide receiver core? Well, they're forgetting about Ferguson. He's an extension of the wide receiver room.
Facts.
I think that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So love the show. Gonna listen. Have a great day.
Hey, man, appreciate you. Thank you so much for calling in. Good call from him. When you think of it, you think of the fact that you got to include the tight end. And remember, I had the orders last year. I was saying Lamb, Ferguson, Cooks, Turpin, right? And then I was like, Lamb, Ferguson. Damn, let me get Turpin and then Cooks, because Cooks started making me mad. But, we were like, and we don't talk about Michael Gallup. Who remember all of that? Because Gallup was like having a terrible year, man. So glad that he had an unbelievable, he had a good start in the playoff game. He showed them playoff, but outside of that, Gallup had like one game, that we were like, okay, all right. I think it was against the Rams. But if the Cowboys can get busy with Brandon Cooks a little bit sooner, then that will work out for us. If we can see any improvement from him, that would be a plus for us. And then I think that it still should be Lamb, Ferguson, and then Cooks. Those would be my 3 orders, and hopefully somebody else can step up. All right, so we got – y'all make it real quick, man, because it's 3:14. I got the 254. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by PrizePicks. You in the mix.
Hey, all Nation.
Hey, what's going on? John, what's going on with you?
Good.
Great.
Hi. I heard Ezekiel Elliott was going to get $12 million cap of money.
Heard Zeke gonna do what now?
Get $12 million.
Yeah, it did. If Zeke get $12 million, then I'm gonna flip over some furniture over here. He ain't getting $12 million. Yeah. He ain't getting 12. But right now for this season, he's getting about $8 million if you add the dead money that they owe him, $6 million anyhow, which is a lot of money. But he's getting $3 million on this particular contract. $2 million would be a base, and I think one is like an incentive or something like that, a bonus or what have you, depending on something, So he's getting about $3 million, and we owe him, $6 million. So, yeah, it is what it is. Shout out to Zeke, though. Shout out to Zeke and his money. Oh, I just need Zeke to just send me just one of them checks, man. Just send me one, Yeah. We'll be able to get you to all of the games. Just his one little check, man. Shoot, we'll be able to get you to all of the games, man. But appreciate you, John, for calling in.
Okay.
All right, appreciate you. Good call from my guy, John. Yes, indeed. Make it quick for the 206. You're live on the Nation, man. Brought to you by PrizePicks. You in the mix. Talk to him.
What up, Law?
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man. Let me get straight to it. My boy VIP made good points, y'all. Dak Prescott about to have another Pro Bowl year because that running game going to be deadly. You got the big center in the middle. Zeke, he could cover up for our new left tackle on, and Royce, the other half fullback. That 230 halfback we got, that running game going to be deadly. And you got to remember, when you run up that middle, y'all, like Law was showing y'all, you ain't going to want to tackle that either one of them big boys. So when them other halfbacks come in the game, it's going to be so easy because them dudes going to be beat up. So that's taken care of. Now we got our middle. And I want to say with Big Game James, he was on the show. He was talking about that we didn't get Christian Boyd and all them. If they was that good, Big Game James, they would have got drafted number 1 and number 2, brother. I gotta give my boy Vox. He called it. He said, "Man, the big D tackle that we got from Auburn, 330." He said, "We just need him just to do his spot. Don't try to be cute. Just hold your point so our linebackers can eat. That's all you need, guys." So I'm happy to that. Only thing you got to get now, extra D tackles. And it's going to be a lot of, and then it's going to be a lot of halfbacks. So I'm not worried. I give him an A+. He finally did what he's supposed to do. And I'm going to tell you, so I was laughing long before I get off here. I said, man, Michael Parsons, you want to show out. But, boy, you got some boys that are going to be trying to get sacks more than you. Because that linebacker, the one guy, that was no reach. That's the best cover linebacker in the draft that we got from Notre Dame. Let me say it again. He's the best covered linebacker in the draft. So, and he know how to, he's like a sinking missile with that DN. And your boy, 54 coming back, this is going to be one of the best defense finally. Because you see what they doing, Law. They taking care of the middle of the offensive line, and they about to see us getting that middle of that defense. What you eat? The corner's going to have a good year, the safeties. And Dak Prescott, bro, this is it. I think you can finally do it. You got your buddy back. He's going to have a good year, all them halfbacks. Let's go Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? I think we can do it.
And tell him one thing, man. Tell him stop what?
Stop. Hey, stop worrying about Philly. Every time Philly draft players, y'all be like, oh, man, we should have done Trey Benson. Oh, man, it doesn't matter. Thank you, Ron.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man.
That's where the guts went.
Goodbye.
Yes, indeed, man. We're going to take this home for y'all, man.
Please come home.
Come on, what we tell him?
I got beans and bologna.
Oh my gosh, man, too much fun on this show. All right, so I got G from Jersey, man. He responded, and I retweeted it. Let's see what he had to say.
Shout out and thank you to Law, man. You a real one, big bruh. You a true influencer, man. And what I mean by that is anytime you repost something or, you give somebody a shout out, your followers, man, they like our content. they repost it. But the most important thing they do is, man, they reply, man, and that's what we want on Twitter, man. We want responses, we want dialogue, man. Because they give feedback, right? They agree with you, they don't disagree with you, it don't get disrespectful. It don't need to get disrespectful because in reality we don't got the juice, man. But shout out to you, man, for being a real influencer, man. Because when you repost, people follow and people look at your content.
No doubt, man. No doubt, no doubt.
Please come home.
Appreciate you, G, from Jersey.
I got beans and bologna.
As we come home, 4 minutes until 25. Prize fighter continue to swing even when he's down. Mama said there'll be days just like this. The race is not to the swift nor the battle to the mighty. Just endure to the end. That's what we doing. But I want to tell y'all, one day at a time, one movement at a time, brick by brick, we stacking it together. And we gonna get this fried bologna. Gotta slice mines on the edges, man. They don't know about that. So it won't rise up on you. Slice my bologna on the edges. And the beans. You better already have rice at the house. Don't let them be no pinto beans. Woo! Come on with it. But I'm gonna tell you guys, one love to you all. Let's continue to grind and shine. Don't hold your head down. Let's continue to fight and push things through. And when you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant those feet, and take a brace. And when it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer. See it through, baby.
Please come home. I got beans and bologna.
Why, this motherfucker don't miss.
He about.
No, he's good. That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. You could not live with your own failure.
Get your ass up there, contain the damn ball! This is why we do it! Hey, too many missed tackles, let's go! We're too damn soft. I just hate mistakes.
It's an evil world we live in.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like it.
What more do you want from me?